everyone, welcome to Strong Mind Soft Heart. My name is Joelle and this is my channel. If you are new here, I would love to invite you to subscribe by hitting that red subscribe button. We do a wide range of videos on this channel, everything from our faith in Jesus, original songs, family vlogs, homeschooling, recipes, grocery hauls, you name it, we do it here. So if you are interested, please hit subscribe. And if you are back, thank you so much. So you will probably hear my kids in the background. They are doing Ninja Warrior outside in the backyard. And it's really windy today as well. So I do apologize for the background noise, but what can we do? We're just going to get it done anyway. So I am very blessed, if you don't know, to be married to David, and we have 5 beautiful children. We also live in Western Sydney. And if you do not know, Western Sydney is in a really strict lockdown right now. We are in it. We are now entering, I believe it's our 6th week of lockdown, and yeah, I think everybody is over it. I did a video a few weeks ago talking about dealing with depression, particularly in the context of lockdown, but you know, either way, dealing with depression can be tough. And I would encourage you, if you are a mum or a dad, a parent, and you have to deal with depression and you've got little kids in the house, I did a video just explaining some tips and tricks that I have learned along the way. And so I'll put that in the description below if you're interested in that. But today I want to talk about dealing with anxiety. Now, I do need to stop and just say, if you are somebody experiencing mental illness right now and you need help, please go seek that help. There is absolutely no shame in it. I so ask that you just go see your doctor, go call a health line if you need to. Australia has 1 in 3 people experiencing a mental illness. You are in good company. You are not alone. I know it can feel very lonely, but you are not alone. I am somebody who experienced mental illness for about 3.5 years, almost 4 years. I know it sucks. I know it's horrible, but you will get through it and there is help available to you. So please go get that help if you need to. So let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety is very different from depression. I know depression and anxiety go hand in hand, and yet they are 2 very different things. Now, I'm going to make this video. I'm going to talk about my own experience with postnatal depression. I had it very bad, and then it ended up turning into just normal depression because I had it for so long. But during that time, I had these cycles, which is very common in depression, of anxiety, depression, anxiety, depression, anxiety, depression. And it's sort of like these waves where you go up, down, up, down, up, down. And I don't know which one is worse. They both equally suck because when you're up here, you're panicked, your heart is palpitating, you are having the scariest thoughts of your life, you feel like you're gonna die, you feel like the world is ending, and then when you're down here, that settles down, but you're exhausted and you're low and you're down and it's so hard. Guys, it's not meant to be like that, okay? If you are experiencing that, this is why I say go get help, because you can get help and you can become stable again. Now, I'm going to come at this from my Christian perspective because I do wholeheartedly have faith and believe in Jesus. But regardless of whether you are a Christian or not, I really encourage you to listen to this because I do think you're going to get something out of this. I'm going to be offering you some faith-inspired suggestions and also some very practical suggestions because God is also a very practical God and He gives us wisdom on the things we can do to help. Okay, here we go. Tip number 1. These are in no particular order, but I think they're all important. So let's just go with that. When we found out, when it was announced about a week and a half ago that we had just finished 1 month of lockdown and we were entering another month of lockdown, when I thought of another 4 weeks of lockdown, I immediately felt panicked. I immediately felt very, very anxious because we shouldn't be thinking like that. To think 4 weeks, it's just so very difficult to comprehend in our mind, right? So a little tip that I learned, and this is very practical, and I actually learned this in pregnancy, believe it or not. There's my cuckoo clock, you can hear it in the background, was to just take it a day at a time. Just take it a day at a time. How do you eat an elephant? I know it's a bad example. You just eat it 1 bite at a time. See, this is what happens. When you're told you've got another 4 or 5 weeks of lockdown, you just live that 1 day at a time and you set really little goals for every day. The day that you wake up, because things can change. Your mood might be this way or it might be that way, or your kids might be sick or they might be grumpy, or, you know, so whatever plans you had in place, they might not be working that day. So you make it, it's okay to make it up as you go and just take it 1 day at a time. So I like to wake up in the morning and go, okay, how am I feeling today? Okay, how's everybody else doing today? All right, so let's be reasonable. Let's make sure we all eat today. We're all dressed today. Let's get a little bit of homeschool work done today, and maybe we can go to the park today. That would be a really full day for us. If I achieved all of that, great, tick it off, go to bed, wake up the next day. Okay, what am I going to do today? Well, we went to the park yesterday, so I don't know, let's watch a movie together this afternoon once we get our schoolwork done or whatever. And just take these little days at a time, and before you know it, you've got 5 days under your belt. Then you've got a week under your belt. Then you've got a week and a half under your belt. And before you know it, 2 weeks is down and there's 2 weeks left to go. That's what I did in pregnancy. When you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be pregnant for 9, almost 10 months, that is just so hard to swallow. And you just have to take it a week at a time. Okay, now I'm 14 weeks. Now I'm 15 weeks. I'm not pregnant, by the way, but that's how I dealt with it. And I have found this strategy has really been helping me in lockdown because, as I said, we're now approaching week 6. And I didn't even really notice that it was week 6, okay? So 1 day at a time. The Bible teaches us, Jesus teaches us, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's got enough worry about itself. Just focus on today and know that God is our provider and his eye is on the sparrow. So he is watching over you too. Live 1 day at a time. Tip number 2, look up. Okay, and I have 2 meanings behind this. Obviously, as a Christian, the first thing I think of when I say look up is I look up to God. I fix my eyes on him because he is so much bigger than any of this. He is bigger than the coronavirus. He is bigger than lockdowns. He is bigger than anything that is happening on this earth. He is more powerful than any leader or any governor or any agenda. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but seriously, you just go on Facebook for 2 seconds and you're flooded with a whole bunch of stuff, right? Which I'm going to get to in a minute. That's one of my points. Look up. Fix your eyes on Jesus because he does care for you, as the old hymn says. And just know that you are so small. I am so small in all of this. And that can make us feel almost more panicked until we realize that there is this wonderful Heavenly Father who loves us and cares for us, and he is looking out for us. So fix your eyes on him. Before you look anywhere else, look to God. But what I also mean by look up is literally look up. Okay, Western Sydney, I think Queensland at this point, you're in lockdown too. I don't think anybody else is in Australia, but you could be anywhere around the world watching this at any time. If you are in lockdown, just look up. When you are in it, it feels like you are the only one. It feels like we are the example of the whole world, okay? But the truth is the whole world is not in lockdown, okay? It feels like we are. It feels like this is it. This is all there will ever be. But I've got friends in America. I've got friends in Canada. I've got friends in Europe who they are going to church. They're having parties. They're having weddings. They're on the beach. They're going on holidays. They are just living normal life. It is not the same everywhere. Unfortunately, it's also even worse in some other countries, right? So where we are, this Western Sydney, this is not a representation of the whole world. Just remember, this is not it. This is not what the rest of our life is going to be like. This is what we are dealing with right now for this moment, but it is not forever. And if you need a reminder, just look up. There's other countries experiencing great freedom right now, and we will also be there too eventually. So have hope. This is not forever. Look up. Are you ready for it? I've got another thing for look up. I've got a third one, all right? Look up. Get your eyes off your phone. Stop doing this and look up. Look in the faces of your children. Look in the eyes of your husband. Look at some old photo albums. Remind yourself of the happy, good memories, and remind yourself that this will happen again. You will live your life again, okay? Get a book out. Oh my goodness, I am speaking to myself. I have a book. Actually, I have 2 novels, and I am determined to read them. I used to be such an avid reader. I loved reading. I would get through a novel, my husband would be like, you finished that already? I used to love reading novels. And then I got addicted to my phone, and suddenly books just seemed boring when I had this bright thing that I could look at with all the news around the world and everybody's opinions. And it's so addictive. Let me tell you something. Your phone, my phone, it can be such a blessing, but it can also be a deep, deep black hole that just sucks the life out of you. Particularly right now, I cannot tell you how depressing it has been on social media. Not so much in my other circles of like homeschooling friends and that sort of thing, but just in the general, main feed, seeing people attacking each other. Oh my goodness, that has just been seriously breaking my heart. I feel anxious even thinking about it. I hate that we are doing this. I hate that there is such a divide of opinions, and it's literally making people who are friends be against each other. I'm not here to talk about my opinion about any of the stuff that's happening right now. My opinion is God is in control. That's my opinion. But I have found myself getting so down and then so anxious being on my phone, and then people, oh, what if it's this, or what if it's this? And it's just it's so inundating, and it just fills my mind, and it makes me panicked, and it makes me anxious. And I'm serious. I have been struggling with this. I'm being very honest with you guys. And it's so clear to me that as soon as I put that phone down and I look up, my anxiety levels immediately drop. And the longer I can keep that phone down, the lower my anxiety levels will be. Let me tell you, at this point in time, the lower they will be. So I am determined. You can hear my kids cheering again. I am determined to look up. As I said, look at your kids. Go look up at the sky. Get some fresh air. Look at the stars at night. Fix your eyes on things that are beautiful. The Bible tells us to meditate on the good things, to think about the good things. What are the good things in your life that you love and that you enjoy? Look up, get off your phone, get off the social media. Okay, fair enough. We all need to check in at least once a day to see what's happening, if there's any new things we need to know about. But after that, switch it off and look up. That is something I personally am working on. Okay, and my other tip for dealing with anxiety, and guys, obviously this is not a one video forever to cover everything with anxiety. Anxiety is a big topic, but I just want to talk about the things that have been really helping me during this lockdown, and that is to look out. Actually, this was David that gave me this suggestion, because I was talking to him about this video, and I'm like, I really want to talk about looking up. And he goes, yeah, that's really good, but remember, we also need to be looking out. And what do I mean by that? Look out to the needs of others. Let me tell you something. There is nothing that gets your mind off the current situations and your own yucky feelings quicker than looking to the needs of somebody else. Is there someone else in your life doing it tough right now that you could help? Is there somebody that it could be as little as praying for somebody. It could be as little as just sending them a text message. Hey, I'm thinking about you today. How are you going? It could be bigger. You could step it up and cook a meal for somebody and drop it off to their door. I know we can't be seeing each other and all of that, but you could put a little care package together and go bring it to the front of somebody's house, write them a nice card, or you can go online. You could see the needs of internationally, things that are going on. Like, we are not lacking in needs, let me tell you, around this world. What did I get in the mail yesterday? What was it? Miracles Day, where they're asking for money to pay for eye surgeries because this cataract's keeping people blind, and it's a simple 20-minute surgery and they can see. Like, why wouldn't we be doing this? Let's get our eyes off our own problems and fix them on God, but then also fix them on others, because that is going to relieve a whole bunch of anxiety right there. Let me tell you, there's something amazing about reaching out your hand and helping somebody else. Now, let me clarify. I don't mean that you should take everybody's burdens on yourself. This is why I don't watch the news 24/7, because I'm the sort of person who will sit there and watch the news and just cry at the tragedies and different things that are happening around the world. We were never intended to know everything that's happening around the world. Only God is meant to carry that burden, not us, okay? But what we do know, the people in our own lives, the things that we can do, the things that we can help with, we should be doing something. You don't carry that burden around, you give that to God. But if there's something you can do to help somebody else, you should do it. And that's what I personally, I'm not just preaching this to you, I am preaching this to me. I want to be looking out for the needs of others a lot more than I have been doing. I could talk about this forever. I could talk about this for hours and hours, but I think I'm going to leave it there. I think that's probably enough for one video, but I am looking forward to making some more videos on this whole mental health side of things, and just, talking through some of my own experiences and chatting with you guys in the comments and on Instagram. Please talk with me there. I'd love to hear from you. If you have your own suggestions, things that you can add, some wisdom of your own that you'd like to share with others, I would absolutely love for you to put it down in the comments below. And yeah, as I said, please connect with me on Instagram as well. I'm going to go because I need to give my kids some lunch, and we do need to get our schoolwork done, achieving those little goals that I've set for today, just thinking about today. And so I need to go. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Hang in there, guys. We're going to get through this. God is in control. There's a hope and there's a future. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.